Good evening, Jace.
Good evening, Sean.
Hey, we're here for a short episode, so it won't be a long one. So hopefully people pile in early here. See, we got 7 people, so make sure you guys sound off and let
Nice.
us know who you are there, especially if you're actually here for league reveals. So big day league reveals. I know it's an exciting day in the league. Spent a good portion of the day getting everything tied up. Got the league standings updated. Pally and I have been moving around a lot of things. So if you notice that you got deleted or moved out of a chat group, and you're not able to chat in one, it's because we're revamping them like we did always. We archive those chats, by the way. Welcome, Anthony, OS Dad, checking in here. Jacob Witt checking in here. He's ready to see his pod. Yep.
You bet.
So yeah, so big reveals. Jason and I are off early tomorrow morning to go play in a tournament. We also wrapped our game up under the wire. I think we finished at
Yep.
11 p.m. our time. So got that game in
Yep.
under the wire, which is good. Jace thinks we're in the same pod again. We may be. I didn't tell him. Jace actually doesn't know the pods. I'm the only person who knows the pods. I did all the pods and all the organizing today. So I am the only one, the keeper of all the information. So Harrison C here. We got Chronic Canuck checking in. Evening, everyone. So we'll of course use this opportunity to do our regular rips on all our things here, but we won't keep you stringed along here too long because we'll try to keep it around 30-35 minutes or so. So we're going to do round 3 updates, basically just letting you know what we're going to. I think kicks off tomorrow. I think I put as the start date, so you guys
Yeah,
can
I think the
start
fifth.
ripping your games tomorrow. It's pretty amazing. I think every list is now already into Pally, so I think we had 2 people that we had to ping today, but I think one of them was just list error or copy paste thing that was an issue. So Canadian Bear checking in as well. So yeah, they'll start. We'll do the league updates. We'll do the operative bans just in case people who are new to the league and don't know about the league and want to know what's happening. We'll just recap before we get into the pods what was actually banned for this round. Next round is Special Forces, so that might be a bit of a spicy ban in
Ooh,
terms
yeah.
of gutting some lists. So, and then we'll. I put giveaways here. There's no giveaway tonight, but what I was wanting to say is this round we said we will do giveaways. So I think what we'll do is probably one each week. We'll do it on the show. It could be card sleeves, etc. Maybe we'll do a box set of something, and we'll get that out. So if you're in the league, meaning you've participated, and I have a list of all the points, and every point is an entry into the giveaways. So the more points you have, the more eligible you are to win. And each week we'll do a draw. We won't add any round 3 points up for giveaways, but we'll do another one later on. So where you are is where you are at this point. So, and if you want to enter in the league, it's too late for this round because obviously it's starting tomorrow. But if at any point between now and 4 weeks from now was when we do the pods, you can enter. We'll open up the signups probably about halfway through, and you guys can start signing up for the next round if need be. So, Jace, tell people where to find us and where to find out information about the league if they missed this video.
Yeah, so if you're looking for other information, check out Star Wars Legion Friday Night Fights on Facebook and at Legion_FNF on Twitter and Instagram. Also, we do lots of cool stuff, and we'll have some future perks on the TerrainStudio, such as card sleeves and potentially tokens up there. So definitely give that a check out. And if you are interested in joining the league, it's not on here, but make sure you join our Discord, and I will put a link in the chat for that right now.
Yeah, we definitely have to. We should do a screen for that drop. So, speaking of card sleeves, they are on the Patreon right now. We decided we're going to put that as a perk in addition to the videos and the content that you get there. Also supports this show, the league, and then of course Friday Night Fights that we do every Friday, except for the Friday upcoming because I'm at grad and I have to give a speech, so I cannot be casting and doing that. I think there's 20 spots left, so if you want to get in, it'll tell you how to do what tier and how long to be there, and there's 20 spaces left to get the card sleeves. After that, The only way to get that is going to be the ones that we do through giveaways, of which we will. So you don't have to register or be a part of anything or give us any value in terms of money at all. We always give free stuff away, so you can hedge your bet on that, or you can help us out and head over to the Patreon and check that out. It is patreon.com/TheTerrainStudio. So there's the Discord link. Thank you, Jace. Speaking of that, I just did a video, I want to say 31st, and it was just an update on the wall. I'm working on the studio wall some more, and probably through July it'll be finished, and then I'll be shifting over to some other items, and we may have some stuff that will be revealed. We obviously always have to wait on some things to sort of go down the pipe and until it cycles back to us. But as we mentioned, you guys saw some of our stuff at celebrations that we did a few years ago, and we've had some stuff pop up here and there. We'll share with you when that becomes publicly available, and you might be surprised. Who knows what we've made here in the Terrain Studio. So, but if you want to know, sometimes you get inside track at the Terrain Studio Patreon. And then in addition, like I said, we did miss this last Friday. Yesterday, I actually had a doctor's appointment come up that was late scheduled, so that was on me. And next week I'm on grad, so that's partially also on me, but also linked to the job that I have. So I will be there congratulating grads as they walk across the stage and giving a speech. And then after that, we'll be right back on track, and we are going to do that Dianoga game the next round. So perfect. Pally is also here. He's going to be hitting the hot buttons and getting you guys that access into your pods immediately. That's actually upcoming here in a moment or two. But before we get there, as I like to stall out on these, we have two more screens here. The operative bans this round, Jace. Any surprises for you?
I'm surprised there's no R2.
Yeah, me too. We
People
had two
apparently
chances
don't
at
care
it,
about
people.
R2.
Two chances at it. You did it to yourselves.
I mean, besides R2 not being anything, it's the most obvious choice for each faction, I feel.
Yeah, obvious that R2 should have been there twice. That's the obvious part. Operative Luke, I mean, okay, he's scary, but he doesn't carry a victory point on his back. Operative Vader, that makes sense to me a lot. Padme shuts off a lot of clone shenanigans, for sure. Maul's kind of the go-to choice, but who knows in the future, Jason? I know we talked about it on the show. The bounty hunters aren't cross-faction, and we aren't using the new cards, but who knows? Maybe perhaps in the future, the op choice in every one of these factions may not be so cut and dry,
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be Bosk in the CIS faction that people are just like, no, not taking. You can't have him. So we'll obviously do this. I think we have created enough success that the league could probably run another season. We could go back through all these again. And I think with the new Shadow Collective and all those things coming out, it would be fantastic to do it again, just to see how much repetitive banning we have upcoming. So yeah, so that's the bans. So no one gets to take any of these characters in their list, which are already submitted at this point. So there's no shenanigans or tomfoolery that you can switch out or swap. But next round, Special Forces, all of these folks are back in. So if you're a Luke player, Vader player, Padme, or Darth Maul, just either take a round break or switch up your faction and try something else for a go. So okay, well that's 12 minutes, and we got 8 groups to get through. So ready?
You bet.
Okay, well, before we get there, we're going to have a look at the standings. The standings are as follows. This is all the collective, so not every one of these folks are in this upcoming round, and anyone who is new. I think we had 13 new players, so obviously we had some attrition, or people who are like, hey, I want to pause this one, but that's the beauty of the league. You can just take a month off and come back in at any time. So welcome to those 12 or 13 new players. But this is where we settled out here. So got a few folks on there that are probably in chat. So find out where you are. We got a spread of 18 down to 1 point. That's the spread here after 2 rounds. So just a reminder that you get 1 point for playing a game. You get 2 points for a win on top of the game that you get. And then if you play all 3 of your games, you get a bonus point. So every round maximum points is 10. That is how many points you can get per round. So Sometimes people's schedules conflict and they don't get all their games in. That does hurt everyone's systematically in your pod. So it's one of those intrinsic motivators that we really hope people that are signing up are at least playing the maximum number of games that they have. So I think we have one pod on the top side that's 5 this time, and I think all the rest are 4. So I think last time we had one pod on the bottom side that was 5. So those folks technically have a chance to get more points, but good on them. They're playing an extra game, so we want to reward that as well. So, all right, now I'm ready. You ready?
You bet.
Okay. Do you want to go? Do you want to go bottom up or do you want to go top down?
Let's go bottom up this time.
Okay.
Bottoms up, everybody.
All right. So we have eight pods this round. So these are arbitrary. You're bottom up, top down doesn't really mean anything. This is just the group of players that you have in here. So the bottom 4 pods have quite a few new players in them, so we might not know some of the names, but we'll highlight the ones we do, and then they may have some players who weren't the top 2 in their round and got relegated down for a round. So here we go. Pod, I'm just calling a pod H on my list here, but it is Tatooine. You will be assigned to the Tatooine room. So Blastin Ronan, he's a repeat player. Have you had him in any of your rounds, Chase, or any of your pods?
I haven't. I think round 2 was his first time being
fair.
in the league.
Yeah, and he wasn't in our group. So Spiked Apples, that's a new player. Spiked Apples. So unfamiliar with who that is, but welcome if you're here, and good luck if you're not. Biggin 7877. That's a repetitive player. I think. I feel like Biggin was in our
He was in our pod.
Oh, this round. Yeah, this first round.
Yep,
okay, fair enough.
He was in our pod this round.
Terrible memory, by the way. But I have memorable games, but I don't pay attention to people's handles all the time. So, and then Brian was actually on our podcast talking about his Adepticon performance. So the triple FD cannon. So who knows if that's what he's bringing? But Brian joined the league, so welcome, Brian. You guys make up the room for Tatooine round 3. So good luck. Pally already says that he has you, so you are going to be assigned, and then you guys can feel free to introduce yourselves and do that, folks. The list's already submitted, so whether you you can just post your own list in your group. That's fine. There's no secrets at this point. Introduce yourself, start figuring out your schedules, your time zones, all that good stuff. It's always nice to hear and see those early chats when people know that they have active members. So congratulations. You guys are Tatooine. I hear it's sandy at this time of year. All right. NABOO. We got Tactical Genius. Now, do you know who Tactical Genius is, Jace?
I do not.
Okay, Tactical Genius is in fact your biggest fan. It is Bernard.
Is it?
Bernard
is
joined in the league.
Sick.
Yeah, Bernard's joining the league. So sadly, you're not in the same group, but Bernard joining Tactical Genius. I'm not sure if I was supposed to not give that away or not. Maybe that was part of the Tactical Genius to not reveal that, but I did. So so Bernard's in there. We got Moon, who's also another new name. I don't know who that is, but Moon, welcome. Mr. Witty 82. Mr. Witty was Jacob Witt, I believe. Jacob was here earlier. I'm not sure if he still is, but Jacob, I informed, his group was actually all tied, but in order to not have 2 5 pods in the top and unbalance the bottoms with some 3s, I did a random allocation, and and it could have been any one of folks in the top pod, by the way, and he was our 1 relegation down. I let him know that ahead of time. It's just an arbitrary generation from the random number generator, but he'll be playing in this pod, Mr. Witty 82, and then Tyler Carnes or Carnes. Yeah, I think I said that correctly. Also new. So, and I believe collective group of our new players is all sort of local or in a similar scene, so that's cool. I think I want to maybe say in Biggin's group, maybe I could have that wrong, but I believe we had some folks inviting some other folks, which is great, so continue doing that, please, by the way. So there we go. You guys make up NABOO. Anything what's NABOO like this time of year, Jace? You heard anything about NABOO?
I mean, seems like summertime out there.
Okay, fair enough. You heard it here first.
Yep.
So that makes up the NABOO group. Okay, last of our bottom half groups. We just call them bottom half. It's arbitrary. Actually, never mind. There's nope, never mind. There'll be 2 more.
2 more?
Yeah, 2 more. Yep. My bad. It was highlighted over the wrong one. All right, so this is KASHYYYK.
Sick.
Yeah, Padme is banned. Yeah, Padme is banned. You are correct, Jacob. All right, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to say this one. I'm not sure if it's Eric
Eric
Ilvik.
Ilvek?
Eric Ilvik. Trying to not butcher that, but new player. He is in this. By the way, this group has some interesting names. I was noting this when I was writing this earlier. So Eric
Right.
Ilvik, and we got Muskrat Steve. He just
Nice.
sounds like an interesting individual. I don't know Muskrat Steve. I'm quite certain there's a story probably involving muskrats that came as the origin story of this name. But so another new player, Flawed Zombie, also another new player to our league. And then we have Ben Dicetime. Ben's group does get the, let's say, the award for poorest performance. I don't think his pod played any games. So I relegated all of them to the bottom half. I did not promote any
Wow.
out of there, but I think it was a few things, a job move, et cetera, et cetera. That happens, while not
Yeah.
ideal and definitely not a norm. That was anomalous at this point, but at least for our first 2 months, we would like everyone to try to organize and play your games. It just makes it better for everyone. So, Jacob, you can post your lists in your channel if you want. I think Pally will eventually post them all. We've done that before, but if you want to do the introductions and post it, go ahead. That's fine. So, yeah, into the Shadowlands. Yep, that is fair. Public shaming, welcome, Canadian Bear. So Ben, Flawed Zombie, Muskrat Steve, and Eric Eric. Eric is forever going to be known as just Eric.
Just
So
Eric.
this makes up KASHYYYK. All right, the last of the bottom half here as we work up, we have Pally playing catch up on the paperwork. Yeah, I mean, I felt like I was doing a lot of administrative work this week. Pally had made me pull up my socks and get some work done. So fair enough, fair enough. So into the depths of the league I went. So we got OS Dad. That's Anthony hanging out in chat, or at least he was hanging out with us. OS Dad, active member of the groups for sure. So appreciate that. Anthony, East Coaster as well. Anthony, just a shout. I'm not sure if I said this. I'm not sure where I was saying this, but I appreciated the East Coast accent as I was listening to you play your last game. So it really reminded me of everyone I grew up with. So that's fantastic. JD Nielsen, the Gladiator, he's also in there. So JD, active member of our community for sure. I'm not sure if these guys have been in any of each other's groups before, but let us know if you're in chat, if you have any revenge games here. So S Parks, Stan Parks, also in the chat tonight. He'll be playing in there, and then Ever. Who is another new member. So this pod, even though we had a lot of new members, ended up with 3 return players and 1 new. And so
Nice.
this is just just how the groupings went. So now that doesn't mean that they've played with each other before. They're just to have been members of the league. So so there you go. That makes up Kamino wet this time of year. All right, the last
Yep.
4
Very
pods
well.
as we hit the 22-minute mark. We should get under that 35-minute mark. All right, here we go. So this will be, there we go. Then shouts in chat for Sean Death saying Gladiator was a great opponent. Yeah, again, we are 8 weeks through. I have got 0 DMs about any complaints about anyone. So that is great. I didn't anticipate having any, but it's really nice that we can put a 35, 40 random strangers together, play games and just have fun doing it. Isn't that what Legion's all about? So
Exactly. I did receive one complaint,
oh,
but it
you
was
did?
from Sean and it was about me,
Oh,
so I chose to ignore it.
fair. What did I complain about? I was probably eating while we were playing. I was getting in
Yeah,
my headset.
exactly.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. So
exactly.
yeah, fair enough. We'll talk about our game on Tuesday, Jace and I. So
Yeah, exactly.
okay, here we go. This is all returning players, obviously, because these folks have been working their way up through. So gonna be a fun one. All right, Striker says. All right, here we go.
Woo.
Pod Dason's last incident 56. Nah, Pally jinx it, so we're reset the clock.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Pod D Hoth. You guys are my former planet. I've since left. So we have Emmanuel here, playing in Hoth. Sean Death, Canadian Bear, and Bobster 117. So
Nice.
There we go. I'll complain about my opponents this month since I'm taking. Yeah, B Smith taking the round off. I had to send him a message. I didn't see him in there, but life circumstances. But that's the beauty.
Yeah.
Like you can leave, take a break, come back in the league. All your points will be retained. You'll jump back in. You'll jump into those bottom pods for a round. But the way to get back up is no different than the way to get knocked out of them. So play your games, be in the top two, or just play your games and get your points. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Sean Death, Canadian Bear, Bobster117, and Emmanuel all in here for the Hoth planet. So I don't know if we got any grudge matches here or similar players that have had each other in each other's rounds, but I didn't go back and check any of that. But we could probably run some stats on that after 3 rounds just to see how many times we've had repetitive players. But good luck to all you folks in there. So. Not sure. I think you will have at least one schedule, conflict in terms of needing to find some times. But I think you guys will do. Just fine there. So that is the planet Hoth. All right, planet Endor.
I called it. I told you.
Look at this group. Look at this pack group right here. This is an FNF group if I've ever seen an FNF group. So. Kokazula, you are in fact the minority in here that you.
Sean, you should just switch you and Kokazula so that we have a just FNF.
I just let the numbers do what the numbers do. So yeah. Kokazula's
in
here. Scythe Dog's in here. Jace is in here. I got
my boy Scythe Dog.
And Michael's in here. So what a group of death here. Endor knew this planet was treacherous. So yeah, and if you go back to the standings, Anthony and Jace are tied right now.
And Kokazula.
And Kokazula, that's correct. Yeah, correct. They're all tied for 16 points. So yeah, right I hope that this group just beats up on each other. I hope you guys all get 2 wins, but you have a loss for everybody else, and we'll tie it all up. So
Sean, why'd you put me on the tree planet, man?
I mean, I picked short of KASHYYYK. I figured these trees, they're pretty robust, but maybe they don't even stand a chance. So by the way, my Discord is blowing up in my ears. So
I love it.
Yeah, that's good. So Kokazula, Scythe Dog, Jace, and Michael all in there. It's logging season. There you go, Canadian Bear with the hot comment. So let's throw that one up there. Ding, we'll give you screen time. So yeah, good luck all of you guys. They all ended up at 16 points. So again, this is another way where we randomly generate that pool at the top. We don't go like the top 4 points all end up in the same group. We take everyone who's in the top half and we just shuffle the deck. That way we actually get a lot of movement potentially in there. So Jace, you haven't had any of those guys, have you?
We had Kokazula
Kokazula last round. That's correct.
Yeah,
I forgot we were in the same
got
group
each other
last
again.
Round. That is correct. Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck. You guys are mixing it up there. Endor. All right. We have 2 left. All right. Pod B. Dagobah. Hey, I'm in this one. Striker.
Back to the swamp from whence you came.
Yeah, fair enough. So Striker's in here. So I'm going to ask him right now if he minds just casting our game, since I asked him to cast like 100 games, which is cool. This will be the one he doesn't want to. So Striker's in here. I'm in here. Debaticus is in here, who I believe I had in pod round 1. And then J-Rod, who I have not had. So so this is our group here. So I think Striker was in chat earlier. Perfect. He said he'll cast the game. That's excellent. Most excellent. So we should just make that game open to the public. Just come in, just do all your smack talk live. It's fine. Be in our ear, buzzing, telling our plays are bad, all that good stuff. So we're on Dagobah. That's a new channel for me too. So I'm making my way around the planets, which is fantastic. I like that I have a repeat game, a rematch, and then get a couple new folks in there, which is excellent. So we make up Dagobah, and then the next pod and the last, not to say they're the least, but they're at the top of the group here. This is the big one. This is the 5-manner in the top side. So like I said, last time it was in the bottom. This time we put it in the top. So we got the Calico Kid. I'm not saying it's Calico Kid. We have Chronic Canuck. We have the Dark Knight. We have GM Smithers, and we got Dan from Down Under. So. Okay, Michael, sorry, I did not realize. I thought we were in the same group. I don't know why I had that. So fair enough. That's fine. we'll meet for sure. So this is a big group here too. Lots of
Yeah,
I feel like
lots of
kind
names.
of lots of names kind of all clustered in the points there. So good luck to all these folks here. So Dan, he gets the distinction of I was chasing him. So see, Dan's in the future, but he's so far in the future. He thought he was early submitting for round 4, but he was late submitting for round 3. So we got him in there. So Dan's already in for round 4. He's got his list in, but now he has his round 3 list in as well. So fair enough. So wow, just I'll throw this up here to perfect. Fight me, coward. That's from Calico Kid. Those first 3 letters are silent, so you don't say them in Canadian. So yeah, well, not this round, my friend, but we'll meet again. I already fought a kid last week in the form of Jace. So
Hello.
yes, it's been a week of.
And then you get to babysit one all day tomorrow.
That's true. That is true.
In the form of me as well.
Yeah, make sure you bring your car seat too. By the way.
Oh, I thought I was just using Zuri's, but all right.
it's too big for you.
Oh shoot.
So yeah, Calico Kid, Chronic Canuck. Got the Dark Knight, GM Smithers, and Dan from Down Under. That makes up the group. Let's jump back to the standings here for a second here, if I can bring this up here. So, yeah, so there's that group, the group of death. What planet are you on again? You're on Endor, Kokazula,
I'm on Endor.
Jace, Scythe Dog, and then you got Michael. But Michael only joined our league last round, so he's on the other side here at 6. But he was
6, yeah.
in his group. He was that's why he was able to move up. But there's this other group here. You know, my group. We got Debaticus with 14, J Rod with 12, and then who else do we have in my group? Who was the other one in my group? J Rod, Debaticus. Let me go back here. I forgot who was already in my group. Oh yeah, Striker. Whoops, sorry about that. Striker is over here.
Striker the streaming.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, fair enough. So he's sitting over there. Then we got that big group there with Dan, GM. So 13, 12 in that group respectively. Calico Kid, 8, Chronic Canuck 8. So they got not a huge spread in that group either. Meaning a lot of similar placed individuals. So good luck on that. And then folks that are not back in this round, they're still going to be on here. And so if you jump in and out, that's fine. We'll retain your points. So the leaderboard will grow and grow and grow, and will be a reflective image of how many people actually came in the league. So we know that June is a busy month. It's crazy busy for me, but I don't want to jump out because it's hard to promote and play if you're not playing yourself. So Pally's taking a round off. He's going to help on the administrative side, so that's fine. We'll get him back. In. So few
other
people
behind on his administrative side right now.
Exactly. So B Smith wants to shout out to everyone who just played games somehow. I'm 7th, but I've only won 2 games in 2 rounds, but played all my games each round. Yes, don't forget, you get a point for each game you played, plus a bonus. That's why we're trying to promote that. Again, points are completely arbitrary for almost everything, but they are going to be entries into our contest. By the way, for our giveaways. By the way, myself at 18, I have no entries. I will not be winning any prizes. Jace, he's not eligible. Anthony, he's not eligible. So you can take out all of a few of those top folks. We're just getting their votes right out, so they don't get any chances. So that just helps out everyone else. So hopefully Bobster and I can finish the game without me almost. Yeah, that's fair. Canadian Bear had like a near fire breakout during a game, which was always an interesting feel. So sometimes you feel people kind of dodging you. They might make up something. Oh, my baby, I got to take my dog out. My house is on fire. Seems like a more legitimate reason to pause and step out of a game. So, but glad in the end it was a false alarm, so to speak. So, did not lose any property there. So there you guys go. We got 33. So we're basically at time, but I'll recap them real quick from the bottom up again. So Tatooine, we got Blasted Ronin, Spiked Apples, Biggins 7877, and Brian. You guys are in Tatooine. We have NABOO, Tactical Genius, that's Bernard. We got Moon, Mr. Witty, and Tyler. They are making up NABOO. Next planet, we got Eric, which we're just calling Eric. Muskrat Steve, Flawed Zombie, and Ben from Dice Time. They're on the planet of KASHYYYK. Next up is OS Dad. So Anthony, we got JD, we got Stan, and we got Ever, and they are on KAMINO. We have Emmanuel, Sean Death, Bobster, and we got Canadian Bear. They're on Hoth. It's good. Just bring a jacket. It's fine. We were just there, Jason and I.
Yep.
Then we got Kokazula, Syph Dog. Don't call me Psych Dog. We got Jace, and we got Michael, Basil. They're on Endor. Basil. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Just spell it with correctly. Just kidding,
I know,
Michael.
right?
Yeah, just kidding.
Can't even spell food right.
That is correct. Then we're on Dagobah. We got Striker, myself, Debaticus, and J-Rod. So yeah, the swampy planet. Gonna be some mud slinging there for sure. I will bring the mud. And then last but not least, we got Coruscant. We got the big group here. We got Calico Kid, silent 3 letters at the start. Chronic Canuck. We got the Dark Knight, GM Smithers, and Dan from Down Under. So big group there. So potentially, folks out of here, if you play all your games, you will not get an extra bonus, but you'll get 4 for all your games if you play 4, plus 1, so you get 5. And then if you win 4, you can potentially get another 8. So you can come out of this group with 13 points if you go 4-0 and play all your games. So this group's got a chance to make up some movement. And like I said, this may randomize in both the lower half or the upper half from round to round. So if you end up in one of these groups, you just have potential that particular round to gain some points. So. And it's not until round 6 when we'll take those top 4. They'll play a little mini tournament. We'll take a pause, a 2-week pause. That's after the end of round 6, so it's not for some time. We'll do that little mini pod, and then we'll start the season all over again. Clean slate, wipe everyone back to 0, and give it another rip. So, okay, I will say round 4 will be very interesting. Yeah. I think it could be, yeah. Wild West with the you can't take certain special forces, that's for sure. So
I think special forces changes the game the most out of any ban.
Yeah, it potentially. I think there is some armies right now that heavily lean on some supports though too.
Yeah.
Like support options. I think the next 3 rounds will be maybe not so much for heavies. I haven't run across a lot of heavies, to be perfectly honest.
I actually haven't run across any yet.
No, so I'm not sure if just people aren't taking them because they're worried about all the other stuff that targets heavies. But I don't know. Maybe in the next round with not foreshadowing too much, but maybe in the next round where special forces aren't in, or maybe the round that supports aren't in, heavies will be a little bit more prominent, right? Because you won't have any of that counter, right? So maybe I feel good taking heavies because I know in the next round likely ion spiders don't make the cut, or something like that. So force users may become really prevalent next round when certain special forces are off the table. So there could be stuff like that. So battle forces so when battle forces hit the street, they'll hit the league. So you are correct, Striker, that likely for the next round that'll be in, which will be slightly unfortunate because if the super bandos hit the streets, and we want to ban them, then potentially they can be banned. Or maybe we're in a world where we're banning other stuff because we don't know about the new stuff, and then suddenly they're running the show, and we give them a really good working over. So, Pally saying next round will be the Wild West. I agree. Pally, while you're in there, are you good on every channel? Are we fine to end stream and then hit the Discord and start, bullying our newfound pod mates? So I know I'm gonna start the smack talk heavily in my group. So
I've already started in my group.
I'm gonna go to Jace's group also because I have that special power, and I'm gonna start a bee's nest in that one. So
good thing for you, Sean. I can also hop into your group.
That's fine. Feel free. We might as well make my group public at this point, so it's fine. It's fine. So just ban arc so Pally can't use the 5-0 first. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
all
fine.
you need.
Acceptable. Pally says we're good. So we're going to end it right there. I told my wife I'd be up quick for supper. So thanks, Jace, for jumping on and doing that last little thing. I'll see you tomorrow morning early and several hours in the car. So bring a book and your iPad. and some
It'll be a
snacks.
textbook, you bet.
Fair
It'll
enough.
be a textbook.
Fair enough. Jason will be reading the textbook. I'll be driving, doing all the heavy lifting once again. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks a lot. We'll don't forget to go check out all the things, the social medias, the Patreon. Next week we're not here for Friday Night Fights, but we will be here Tuesday. So Tuesday we'll recap our game. Jason and I will recap the games we're going to go play tomorrow. We'll get to the core unless something more interesting drops, so we'll cover that off as well. And then we'll take a little bit of a break, a full week break, until we'll come back to the next Tuesday and then the Friday again. So thanks all, and we'll catch you guys on the Discord. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
See ya.